Have you ever wondered which Bible verse could truly transform your life? The Bible is a treasure trove of wisdom, filled with verses that inspire, comfort, and guide us through life's highs and lows. But among them, one verse stands out for its profound ability to shift perspectives and bring hope to millions around the world. Today I want to dive deep into Jeremiah 29:11, a verse that has touched countless hearts with its powerful promise. "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." This verse is more than just a comforting phrase. It's a divine assurance that resonates across time, circumstances, and personal struggles. Its message is universal, offering solace to those in despair, strength to those feeling weak, and direction to those lost in uncertainty. To truly grasp its life-changing potential, let's explore its context, break it down, and reflect on how it can shape our lives today. To understand the weight of Jeremiah 29:11, we need to step back into its historical context. This verse was written during a dark period for the Israelites. They were in exile in Babylon, far from their homeland, grappling with feelings of abandonment, fear, and hopelessness. Their future seemed bleak, and their faith was tested. Yet, in the midst of this turmoil, God spoke through the prophet Jeremiah, delivering a message of hope. He reassured his people that despite their current suffering, he had not forgotten them. His plans were still in motion, plans for their good, not their destruction. This context is crucial because it mirrors the challenges many of us face today. Whether we're dealing with personal loss, financial struggles, health issues, or simply the uncertainty of the future, we can relate to the Israelites' sense of displacement and doubt. Jeremiah 29:11 reminds us that God's promises hold true, even in our darkest moments. His plans are not swayed by our circumstances, and his love for us remains steadfast. To fully embrace Jeremiah 29:11, we must approach it with an open mind and a willing heart. This means setting aside preconceived notions about God, ourselves, or what his plans might look like. Each of us comes to this verse with unique experiences, beliefs, and struggles, and that's what makes its message so powerful. It speaks to us individually, meeting us where we are. I encourage you to reflect on your own journey as we explore this verse. Think about a time when you felt lost, uncertain, or overwhelmed. Maybe it was a season of grief, a career setback, or a moment when you questioned your purpose. How might God have been working in your life, even when you couldn't see it? By sharing our stories, whether with a friend, in a journal, or in the comments below, we can gain a deeper understanding of how God's plans unfold. Listening to others' experiences can also inspire us, reminding us that we're not alone in our struggles or our faith. Let's take a closer look at the verse itself, unpacking its key components to uncover its rich meaning. The opening phrase, "For I know the plans I have for you," is a powerful declaration of God's omniscience and intentionality. God is not guessing or improvising when it comes to your life. He knows the plans he has for you, plans that are personal, specific, and purposeful. This is a reminder that your life is not a series of random events, but part of a divine design crafted by a loving creator. The word plans suggests forethought and care, like an architect meticulously designing a masterpiece. God's vision for your life is deliberate, and it's rooted in his perfect wisdom. The promise of prosperity and plans to prosper you is one of the most uplifting aspects of this verse. But what does it mean to prosper? In our modern world, we often equate prosperity with wealth, success, or status. However, God's definition of prosperity is far deeper. It's about thriving in every area of life, spiritually, emotionally, and relationally. It's about living with purpose, finding joy in the journey, and experiencing fulfillment that transcends material gain. When we align our lives with God's plans, we begin to see prosperity in unexpected ways. It might look like peace in the midst of chaos, strength to overcome challenges, or a renewed sense of purpose. This part of the verse invites us to trust that God's desire is for us to flourish, not just survive. In a world filled with pain and uncertainty, the phrase "not to harm you" offers profound comfort. God's plans are not meant to hurt us or lead us into despair. While life inevitably brings trials, grief, betrayal, illness, God's ultimate intention is to protect us from lasting harm. This doesn't mean we'll never face difficulties, but it assures us that God is with us through them, guiding us toward healing and restoration. This promise can be especially reassuring when we're in the thick of hardship. It reminds us to look beyond our current struggles and trust that God is working for our good, even when we can't see the bigger picture. The final part of the verse, plans to give you hope and a future, is a beacon of light for anyone feeling stuck or hopeless. Hope is the fuel that keeps us going, the belief that better days are ahead. A future in this context is not just about what lies ahead in this life, but also the eternal future God has prepared for us. Together, hope and a future give us something to hold on to, no matter what we're facing. This promise encourages us to shift our focus from the past or present difficulties to the possibilities that lie ahead. It invites us to trust that God is leading us toward a future filled with purpose, joy, and connection with Him. The impact of Jeremiah 29:11 can be seen in countless lives around the world. I've heard stories of people who were battling depression and found peace after meditating on this verse. Others have shared how it gave them the courage to step out in faith, pursue their dreams, or rebuild their lives after a devastating loss. This verse has inspired missionaries, artists, parents, and students alike, reminding them that their lives have meaning and that God is actively working in their story. For example, I once met someone who was at a crossroads in their career, unsure whether to take a leap of faith or stay in their comfort zone. After reflecting on Jeremiah 29:11, they felt a renewed sense of confidence in God's plan. They took the risk, and while the journey wasn't easy, they later shared how that decision led to incredible growth and opportunities they never could have imagined. These stories remind us that Jeremiah 29:11 is not just a verse to read, but a truth to live. It has the power to shift our perspective, renew our hope, and deepen our trust in God. So, how can we make this verse a living, breathing part of our daily lives? One way is to meditate on it regularly. Take time each day to reflect on Jeremiah 29:11. Write it down, memorize it, or display it somewhere you'll see often, like your desk, mirror, or phone wallpaper. Let its words sink into your heart, especially during moments of doubt or fear. You can also pray for trust and guidance, asking God to help you trust His plans, even when they don't align with your own. Pray for the courage to surrender control and follow His lead, knowing that His intentions are always good. Another way to apply this verse is to share it with others. Use Jeremiah 29:11 to encourage those around you. Share it with a friend who's struggling, include it in a note to a loved one, or post it online to inspire others. By spreading its message, you'll reinforce its truth in your own life. You can also reflect on God's faithfulness by taking time to look back on your life and identify moments when His plans became clear. Maybe it was a job opportunity that came at just the right time, a relationship that brought healing, or a challenge that led to growth. Recognizing God's faithfulness in the past can strengthen your trust in His future plans. Journaling is another powerful tool. Write about how Jeremiah 29:11 speaks to you in different seasons of life. Document your prayers, struggles, and victories, and revisit your entries to see how God has been working. This practice can help you stay connected to the verse's message and track your spiritual growth over time. While Jeremiah 29:11 is a beautiful promise, applying it to our lives isn't always easy. One common obstacle is doubt. We might question whether God's plans are truly good, especially when life feels unfair or chaotic. The Bible acknowledges that God's ways are higher than ours, Isaiah 55:8-9, and His plans often unfold in ways we don't expect. When doubt creeps in, we can lean on Scripture, prayer, and the support of others to renew our faith. Another challenge is fear. Fear of the unknown, fear of failure, or fear of letting go of control. Trusting God's plan requires vulnerability and surrender, which can feel daunting. But when we choose to trust Him, we often find a peace that surpasses understanding, Philippians 4:7. It's a peace that comes from knowing we're not navigating life alone. Patience is also key. God's plans often unfold gradually, and waiting can be hard. Yet the Bible reminds us that those who wait on the Lord will renew their strength, Isaiah 40:31. By staying faithful in the waiting, we open ourselves to the fullness of God's timing. Jeremiah 29:11 is more than a verse. It's an invitation to trust, hope, and live with purpose. As you reflect on its message, consider how it applies to your life right now. Are you in a season of uncertainty, longing for direction? Are you seeking hope in the face of challenges? Or perhaps you're ready to step into a new chapter, trusting that God has a plan for your future. I invite you to take a small step today. Maybe it's praying over this verse, sharing it with someone who needs encouragement, or simply pausing to thank God for his plans. Whatever it looks like, let Jeremiah 29:11 be a reminder that your life is part of a bigger story, a story written by a God who loves you deeply. If this verse has inspired you, I'd love to hear your story. Share in the comments how Jeremiah 29:11 has impacted your life, or how you plan to apply it moving forward. Your experience could encourage someone else on their journey. And if you're hungry for more inspiration, check out our next video, where we'll explore another life-changing Bible verse that can uplift and guide you. Thank you for joining me in this reflection. May Jeremiah 29:11 fill you with hope, comfort, and confidence in God's good plans for your life. May you walk boldly into the future He has prepared, knowing that He is with you every step of the way. Let's trust in His promise to prosper us, protect us, and lead us into a future filled with hope. God bless you, and I'll see you in the next video.